Hi, beautiful Pisces family. I am so excited to be talking with you today. Happy birthday to those February Pisces out there. I'm so excited to hit Pisces season, quite honestly. I don't know what it is about Pisces season because I am not a particularly watery person in my chart personally. I do love water and I love water signs. But Pisces season tends to be where I feel the magic you guys bring and the magic of all that energy in Pisces is so gorgeous, and we can all benefit from it. You know, when we can dive into that energy, you're tapping into source at its deepest level. I have been dreaming about water for months, you know, the ocean, being in the ocean in different ways, and I always associate the ocean with you beautiful people. And so I'm really excited. I'm always excited to sit down and talk with you. You bring a really special, unique energy to the world. Now, I was trying to think through and feel through what this February is bringing with you. And mostly what I feel is kind of refreshment almost. Like it's intense because we have a partial solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 15th, which is your 12th house, which is, that it is actually the house you rule. You are 12th house energy, but Aquarius is your 12th house, and you're having this eclipse right before your birthday season, right before we really get into your energy. And I almost feel like that is like one of the most beneficial placements for an eclipse to be, because it releases you right before your birthday. It gives you this nice bath, spiritual kind of energetic bath, and then you get to have your birthday season. So I almost just feel like this is just going to be as far as like people that it could be a little more difficult on. I think that this energy is going to be relatively gentle for you. Maybe a little reflective, maybe a little deep. It might be a time you want to spend some time going internal. That's absolutely the case. But in general this month, I feel good things for you, Pisces. I do. And I'm curious to see what the cards say. I'm shuffling away here. I'm just waiting for a few more, and there they are. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have some really interesting energies, actually. There's a lot of staying and going and doing and not doing. I don't know if there's just some kind of there's a tension here, actually, in the cards at least, between how you want to act maybe, and how you are, or where you want to be putting your energy and where you're not. And I do think partially that is to do with the fact that we are right before your birthday season. And when you're in that Aquarian energy right before your birthday season, it is a time for quiet. It is a time of reflection. It is a time for planting those seeds of intention and getting clear on what you really want. But there's a lot of positive energy here, you guys. I'll show you. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All so gorgeous. So Four of Wands here, this is that celebratory energy. This is, often associated with weddings or long-term partnership, happy partnership. This can also just be jubilation, having fun with those around you, fun with those that you love. Now that's being paired with this internalization energy, the Four of Swords. So two fours next to each other. Very interesting. And this makes a lot of sense. I think on the one hand, you guys are going to be feeling very social, very hopeful, very clear, very, very thankful for where you've come to, because I know a lot of you have had a tumultuous last year, and there is kind of like this moment of pause and gratitude for that, and that's the Four of Swords energy, right? Kind of incorporating your lessons, incorporating what you've gotten from all these scenarios. So there's two sides to you kind of being shown here. And it makes a lot of sense. The energy is starting to move into Pisces pretty early on. I think Mercury and Venus are moving over there a little earlier than the sun. And so you're going to be feeling that symbiotic energy with yourself, very much so. But there is kind of a sense here of, you have your external side, which is feeling really good, but you're needing some time to reflect on something. So, honor both of these sides of yourself. For sure, because depending on the day and the hour, you're going to have one or the other of these is going to be stronger than the other. And it may be one day to the next, this is changing. So keep that in mind. You might kind of have a duality going on there with what your energy levels are like and where you're wanting to put it. But then you also have this Ace of Cups. So this is emotional hope, renewal, opening. This can be the beginning of a new relationship for some of you. This can be the opening of a new close partnership with somebody. And this is also for you on a soul level, feeling that you are able to be open and receptive again to something beautiful. If you have been through traumas, losses, and such over the last year, it might have taken you this whole time until getting close to your birthday season for this renewal energy to appear. But it is very, very supportive of healthy relationships, healthy emotional growth. I see you really being surrounded by a lot of gentle, caring support, and I really love that. So the beginning of the month is going to be quite a nice, calm harbor, I think, for all of you, and I'm really liking that a lot. Now, Pisces, you guys are always pushing on yourselves to be better, to be doing more, to be shifting more, to be doing, you are constantly putting weight on yourselves, I think. And maybe not everybody can see that, but let's look at the next 3 cards, because I do think that eclipse might bring up some things. Not for all of you maybe, but I do think it's a new moon, you know, which is intention setting, and then plus it's a partial solar eclipse. So we're having just this little check-in, right? We're having a little check-in here, and I'm kind of thinking these 3 cards kind of fit with the middle of the month. We have the Aries card, the Emperor. We have 8 of Cups and 10 of Wands. So this is interesting. You might be dealing with an Aries. You might be dealing with fiery, determined, impassioned people who have an opinion about how things should go and where they need to go. Now, I have a special fondness for Aries energy, but Aries energy is pretty intense, and it's stubborn, and it often kind of comes in and it's got like this dad vibe, like the dad who's always got projects and is like, I know best and this is what's going to happen. So you may have some of this energy coming at you a little bit, which you may not completely enjoy, quite honestly. You know, the Emperor is not malicious. However, if you're not in the mood for the Emperor, this guy will just be super annoying to you, right? Like, it's a lot of weight to have the Emperor showing up and showing up and showing up. Now, this is determined energy. There's a project here. There's an opportunity opening up here. This is fiery initiating energy, which means that it's about opening something, and it may be that you are starting a new project or a new job in February, or that it's that new job or new project's looming and it's on the horizon, maybe even March. And it's bringing up some interesting things here, because we have the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Cups is about leaving something that no longer emotionally serves you and being that adventurer that is willing to go into new territory. Now, the Emperor is willing to go into new territory. So I don't know that it is maybe that you are joining forces with somebody who's taking you into a new direction. That could be very well. It could be that you are stepping away from this energy and allowing it to kind of sit back a little bit so that you can get a breath of fresh air. Whatever's going on though, I sense you being really busy the second part of this month as you hit birthday season and wanting to take a lot on your shoulders. Whenever I see the 10 of Wands, that means that you are doing a lot. You may be very busy. You may be feeling the impact of everything you're getting involved with. And it could feel quite overwhelming at times. So, 10 of Wands, you know, whenever I see this card, it's not telling you this is how it's going to be. This is telling you that you don't have to be this way, right? You don't have to carry a bundle of sticks with you all the way across the village by yourself. I mean, if this Aries is really around, which I have a feeling, get that Aries to carry some of those sticks. They have plenty of energy to burn. But this is fiery energy. And I do think you guys are almost the initiators. You are initiating some kind of big journey here. You are initiating some kind of big transition going on here. And you almost are representing the Emperor more than another person, because the Emperor would put their cloak on and walk into the sunset. they would take up all the sticks and walk away. And there's something with you deciding that you are shifting. There is something with you deciding that you are no longer going to be where you've been. There is a very, very intense determination, Pisces, from you guys this month. It's almost a little scary, like a storm on the ocean. Like, you are ready to change something. Something needs to be shifted. And there is a deep determination here, which I actually respect. And initially I was like, well, you don't have to carry all the sticks, but I actually have a lot of respect for the fact that you guys seem to be set on walking into this new territory. And that's really exciting. So nobody's going to really get in your way. Like, if they tried, I don't think they would have very much success getting in your way, trying to slow you down from going forward into this new territory. There's something about you having laser vision this month. That's what I'm getting. There's a sense of laser vision coming in and helping you see what this horizon is. Like, you know what it is. That's so cool. I love that for you guys. Pisces, I think a lot of you have been through some big questions. 2017 just brought up the questions about, like, what are you living? What is this? Is this what you want to be living? And getting very real with it. So let's look at the last three cards. So how is this determined mindset going to affect you moving forward? Well, we have the Four of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Fool. So here's more energy of you guys going to some kind of new frontier. It's really interesting because, well, it's interesting. We started with the Four of Cups. Now, this is the third four we've had in this reading. We started with the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords at the base of the reading. Now we're here at the Four of Cups near the end of the month as we're in your birthday season. And the Four of Cups is an interesting energy. It's nuanced because it can really come off a couple different ways. I personally think that this is kind of you're kind of looking over for the last time some of these old seeds, some of these old experiences that are no longer serving you. You're looking over those, you're taking stock of them, and you're pretty much like, yeah, I know that cup is coming. I know this new horizon is coming. I know I'm ready for it. Right? And there may be one thing, which is that you may feel a little bit of reservedness about, just a little bit, or you may feel even guilty. Part of the reason I say that too is it's next to the Seven of Swords. Now, this card has been coming a ton in February for people, just signs, in general. This is that kind of energy. I always see this one and it's like, for me, it's that feeling like you really are done with something and you're ready to go. And you just want to go. You just want to get out of there, with whatever you can, with whatever you have left in your storage. You are just kind of ready to hit the road. You're no longer living in that way. And there's almost like, I almost feel like between these two, there's like, you almost feel guilty that you are choosing to be here. And this is such a great card to have as the conclusionary card because the Fool is the lightness of renewal, right? And I mean, that's what's cool too. We have the Ace of Cups at the bottom and the Fool here too. Both of these are about shedding a skin that made you feel that maybe you have had a lot of experience in life. When you have that feeling like it's difficult to look like this guy because you've had so much experience. You've had so many experiences of heartache or loss or whatever that, how could you look at the world without that inspirational lens on, or without that influencing lens on your eyes, right? But there's something about you. There's a trepidatious there's a voracious kind of hunger for you to be out here. Like, you aren't going to waste your time on this. You're not going to waste your time on this. Like, you have a tiny bit of a connection with this energy, but you're just ready to go. You're just ready to go. For some of you, that's, maybe you left a certain job that was no longer working for you, a certain relationship, a certain mental state, a living situation. And I think this all is culminating from a much larger process that was going on for you, Pisces, over the last number of months. This is not something that just is happening in February and suddenly you're like, I'm ready to leave. This is stuff you've been kind of shedding and letting go of for a long time. But for some reason, like I said, there's a symbiosis between the energies as they're flowing through in February, and you guys really getting like this breath, like breathing like you haven't been able to breathe in a long time. Truly. Like both of these cards here, like all of these are all people who are pushing onto a new horizon in different aspects, in different ways, in different, with different tools and different experiences, all of them. And there is a really, really strong backbone you guys have this month. Man, I'm going to hang out with my Pisces friends this month because they are going to be fun. They're going to be all opinionated, and they're going to be all on fire and just ready to start some trouble. And I'm just going to be enjoying that energy. I'm going to pull one more card from my Cosmic Tarot to kind of round out this reading, but I'm loving it, you guys. The world is your oyster, honestly. With that kind of determination to constantly look to the horizon, to constantly look for the next joy and the next joy and the next enjoyment and the next hope is such a wonderful thing. And I think too, when I see this Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords, it's also you guys just being done with that drama. Like this is kind of drama, you know? Like this is people who enjoy sitting in this, because you know those people who love to sit in this mode where you mope and you feel guilty and you're sneaky and you don't really know how to like take responsibility for yourself. Like you're not sitting in that. You're not having any of that. You're like, I gotta go. I've got places to be. I have interesting, exciting projects to go do. I'll see ya. Wow. Like I said, this could really manifest in so many different ways. Relationship, work, life purpose, partnerships of any kind. One more card, just waiting for it to appear here from my Cosmic Tarot. I love the Cosmic Tarot. It's so gorgeous. Really curious to see what's coming out for Pisces. Oh, Hanged Man. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. This is actually quite interesting in light of all that adventure energy that we have. Because, of course, the Hanged Man is the guy who is able to sit in one spot and experience the whole world without moving. I think this is just a reminder that as much as you are going to be pushing for new territory, everything is going to be moving along and you are going to be getting those insights and those downloads. The most important thing is that this is an internal journey. That readiness, that willingness to be here, to walk away, to be an adventure is in the internal. It is within yourselves, within the deep waters of Pisces. And that's where your real results come in, right? The vibrational universe is such that when you feel the thing first, then the results come. And I think that's exactly what this is saying. And I do think that it is going to feel more internal than it is going to be you making ripples on the waves in the world around you. Like, I don't think you're going to be starting drama. I don't think you're going to be, making phone calls or calling people out. But I do think internally it may feel like you have just completely gone 180 degrees, or come full circle, even 360 degrees, and come all the way through a whole big cycle. So you guys have some patience with yourself and those around you, because I know you're ready. And it's happening. It is happening. And I'm sending you all the best for this February. I'm going to leave my info in the description box. And then please check out Pink LUNE. She makes such beautiful, handmade, one-of-a-kind stuff. She's a one-woman show, still 15% off. So please check her out. I will leave that all in the description box. And I will chat with you all in March.